Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video today I'm going to show y'all how to knit the garter stitch. The garter stitch is like the base pattern of all beginner especially knit stitches and patterns. Most beginner friendly knit patterns will have you do your project, whether it's a scarf, a washcloth, whatever it is. It's going to probably more than not be made just with the garter stitch, because the garter stitch is made up of just using one stitch repeat, which is the knit stitch. So if you don't know how to do the knit stitch, don't worry, I will show you all how to do that. But for this video, you do need to know how to cast on. I'm not going to show you all how to cast on. I've already got my stitches cast on my needles. If you want to know how an easy beginner friendly cast on, check out my knitted cast on video. I'll link it below. So once you cast on and get your stitches on your needle, come back here and I'll show you how to do the garter stitch. I do want to mention before we go any further in this video, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, to click that subscribe button. So I do have a sample here of the garter stitch that I've worked up, so you can see the texture. It almost makes me think of tiny little waves floating across this. It has a really nice texture. It seems to be kind of, it's a pretty good thickness. And this was just a worsted weight yarn with the recommended needle size, and it's very stretchy. So you can make basically anything out of the stitch, from sweaters and scarves to pot holders and washcloths. The options are absolutely endless. But we're going to jump right into this and I'm going to show y'all how to knit the garter stitch. So like I said, I've already cast on my stitches. I have cast on 10 stitches and I used the knitted cast on method, which I will link below. So to do the garter stitch, it is just made up of rows of repeats of the knit stitch. So it does not matter if you have an even number of stitches cast on or an odd number. It depends on just the project you're wanting to make. So to do the knit stitch, we're going to insert our right hand needle in the first stitch under our left. We're going to make sure that our yarn is in the back. And we're going to insert our needle through that very first stitch. We're going to wrap our yarn around. We're going to pull up that loop and we're going to slide that stitch off the left needle. And I will say, once you get a row or two done, it will be much easier. The first row always seems a little bit tighter. So we're going to keep our working yarn in the back and we're going to go to our next stitch. Insert it through like so. Wrap around. Pull up a stitch and we'll slide it off the left hand needle. And you're going to repeat that across. And that is called the knit stitch. So the garter stitch is just made up of repeat rows doing the knit stitch. Wrap it around, pull up your loop, slide it off. So you're just going to repeat that all the way across. Slide it up. There we go. Yeah, and the more you do it, you'll get comfortable with it. To me, the first row of any knit project is always a little bit harder because it's a little bit tighter. There's not as much stretch. So I'm just going to continue. Only cast on 10 stitches, so. Now I have 2 more. Last one. Knit that last one. Okay, so that is what it looks like after our first row of knit stitches. That's what your first row of garter stitch is going to look like. So now we're going to turn it and place our needle with the stitches in our left hand. Pull that tail there. And we're going to make sure we put our yarn to the back. And we're going to, for the second row, we're going to do it just like we did in the first row. Insert our needle like so. And we're just going to knit all the way across. And that is how you work the garter stitch. So you're just going to continue working as many rows as you want. And I'll do a couple more rows and show y'all what it looks like after you have a few rows done. It'll create that ridged kind of wavy texture. So there's what it looks like after you have 2 rows of done. Okay, so I've completed about 8 rows of garter stitch, and that's what it looks like. The stitch is reversible and looks the exact same on the back side as it does the front side, or you could say right side versus wrong side. It looks the exact same. So that is how you do the garter stitch. I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. If y'all did, be sure and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and happy knitting.